Welcome to Agape. And here we are on this magnificent Sunday, January 31st, 2021. We're on the last day of this month. And guess what? Things are just happening faster and faster and faster. I don't know about your world, but my world, things are speeding up. And I'm finding it rather intriguing. I'm finding it exciting. Tell me, write in the comments that you're watching, whether you're on YouTube, you're on Facebook. Is your life speeding up? Is your life slowing down? Do you want your life to speed up? Do you want your life to slow down? I like the speed because it means I get to grow. I get to expand. I get to become more. And that's what really entices me. I don't know about for you, but I love growth. Because with growth, it means new, exciting opportunity, new, exciting challenges. And I'll tell you what, I get bored real fast. I'm just that type of person. Maybe you're not, but in my human form, which I'm in, that's what I'm at. So we're here and at Agape, we talk about love all the time. And when we talk about love, we're talking about being able to accept ourselves as we are. When you look at yourself and you look in the mirror, can you say, I accept me? Physically, mentally, emotionally, my past, everything as it is. Until you can do that, you're in judgment. And when you're in judgment, there is no love. And when there is no love, you can't take your love and give it to someone else because you got nothing to give. We explore that all the time here at Agape because what we do is we teach how to better consciously live to create and experience a life filled with love and fulfillment. That's what life is. It's about experiencing love and doing things that fulfill you. And we talk about that so often in all the classes that we teach and everything that we do. Please do check in. Let us know where you're from. Where are you watching from right now? Let us know how you found us so that we can better get this message out to more and more and more people. We're finding now that people all over the world are writing responses, writing in prayer requests, participating in classes at Agape, participating in our daily meditations. We are a worldwide community, and we have a local North Texas presence. Let me get that word out, presence. Yes, we do. So with that in mind, let's just slow this down. Let me slow myself down by taking you down a little bit. So let's just take a moment and let's just breathe. I invite you to get comfortable. If you're not seated, please sit. Straighten your back. Have your hands gently resting on your lap. Close your eyes if they're not already closed. And bring your awareness to your breath. With each breath in, know that not only are you breathing in oxygen, but you are breathing life, prana. The breath is life. It nourishes and it purifies. And as you focus on the breath with that intention, an inner knowing, an inner healing takes place. Because of this singular focus on the breath, the body is better able to absorb the oxygen and heal itself. The mind is better able to be present in the moment on the breath, and the past and our concerns fall away. In the breath, we become free of stress. And free of stress, we find peace. Our body finds homeostasis. And we connect with that which is our natural state. Take a few deep breaths in now into your heart center. And as you visualize that breath going into your heart, see your heart open, releasing anything that may have caused stress, concern, anxiety. As you exhale, just see all of that nonsense just falling away. With your next breath in, you're nourished again, you're fed. And on the exhale, purification. Breathe in again and see your heart more open than it has ever been. And with this exhale, everything mental, emotional, and physical that is no longer serving you falls away. Now bring into your mind an image of what you would like to see in your life now. Really make that image clear. What does it look like? What does it sound like? What does it smell like? What does it feel like? Could be even what does it taste like? Sharpen the focus. Make that image really, 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 really clear. And now turn it over to that which is greater than you. Knowing that the image you've created is now being brought forth. Fill yourself with a sense of gratitude. Gratitude in knowing the power and the presence that is within you, the beauty of this very moment, and the fact that life has given you all that you need to experience right here, right now. And with this consciousness, bring your awareness back into your body, back to this time, back to this place. Gently start to move. And when you're ready, open your eyes and welcome this new day. So the idea that came to me this week was the circular nature of life. And realizing that everything in our life is a circle. Everything is in constant movement. That's why my talk title today is Life is a Never-Ending Circle. And you know, this idea of life being circular goes along with the law of circulation. And that law states that all things in the universe are always flowing in circulation. Simply look at nature. Look at the 4 seasons, how there's winter, spring, summer, and fall, and it's circular. It is constantly in movement. There's planting, there's the planting coming up, there's the harvesting, and then there's a dying, and then it's a recycle. It's always going on. Think about the circular nature of water. How water, to remain pure, is always circulating. The best example of this is the Dead Sea. The Dead Sea does not have an outlet. Ergo, water going in dies. There's nothing living in the Dead Sea. And because of that, it's true in everything. So take the human body. Your blood is always in circulation. And when there's a blockage in that circulation, there's disease. The oxygen you're breathing, it's always in circulation. And when there's a blockage, there's a problem. In the assimilation and elimination of food, there's always a flow in and out. And when there's not, there's a problem. In relationships, there's always a giving and receiving. If there's not a giving and receiving, the relationship becomes stale, it becomes blocked. Circulation is the most natural thing. And when we can embody that, we start to understand more of what life is. So what really comes back as you start to flow this, you put out and you look at it and you said, what you put out comes back to you. Everything is energy and it is always in circulation. It is never static. Energy is always moving. Keep in mind, You may look like you might think you're a physical body. You might think you're just this lump of flesh. But in reality, science has shown that all you are is energy, and you have a vibration. And that vibration of energy that you are, when you put something out with a specific vibration, you put it out into the world, the universe brings back to you the similar energy that you're putting out. It's a circular movement. It's a boomerang movement. So if you're putting out hatred into the universe, if you're in judgment over something, the universe is bringing you back more judgment. If you're putting out kindness, the universe is bringing kindness back to you. It's a real simple process. You know, every great religion in the world has a saying almost identical to this. It is done unto you as you receive. As you give, it is done unto you. Think about that. What have you been given lately? What have you been giving your partner, your children, your parents, your job, your health, what you're eating? What are you giving? Remember, there's circulation in there. Sadhguru talks about the aspect that everything that we eat has an energy, and the energy of the food we eat impacts the energy that we are. That's an interesting thing. I'm experimenting with that right now as I look at things that I've been having in my dietary system. And I'm now watching, what do I feel after I eat specific things? What is the energy that my body is turning into as a result of eating something? All I'm doing is becoming more aware. I believe that life wants a higher vibration of life to become a higher vibration. So what I'm trying to do is to become more aware that what I'm filling my mind, filling my body with, is a higher vibration, which really means I have a greater level of awareness. And with a greater level of awareness, we can experience more of life. You see, circulation is the key to health in all areas of life. All we have to do is look at nature. And we've already talked about some of nature, haven't we? But if you think about it, there's life, there's the process of living, and there's death. Life is circular. The key thing, once you are born, it is inevitable that in human form you will die. The Hindus, the Buddhists, they believe in a circular nature, that you're born, you live, you die, you're born again, you live, you die. They've just taken the idea that it's that way. I've started to understand that in the Jewish religions, which is Christianity, Jewish, and Muslim, all coming based off Jewish, they were dealing with poor people. So their idea of what happens at death is about going to heaven, because everyone there was in suffering. They were suffering. So what was the relief? The relief was going to a heaven. Well, in the tradition of Hinduism and Buddhism, which came afterwards, in Jainism, they were at that time were very wealthy religions. Buddhist was a prince and things of that nature. So what happens when you have over wealth? You're bored. So they were bored. So what did they say? Well, after death, if you do things right in this life, you don't have to come back again and be bored again. See, it's an interesting way of looking at religions. I'd not heard about that until this week when I started to read about it, and I started to study it, and I started to examine it. And it's fascinating. So for me, the idea of dying and going to heaven doesn't even connect with me, because I'm not suffering. I'm not of the consciousness of someone who's very poor and suffering, that sees no hope for a future. And it was funny, the other day, I was saying, I'm bored. But you see, I'm not trying to be enlightened so I don't have to come back. I'm really saying, okay, what am I not aware of? And here's what I found out. That life is about expanding and growing and becoming more. And when you're doing that, boredom cannot exist. And remember, if you are made out of the infinite, which I believe we are, which means we are tapped into that, which has no limitation, then anything is possible if we're willing to do the work. And the work is building the belief and align it with associated actions. That's where the belief comes. You see, think about the body. A healthy body requires circulation of water, air, blood, oxygen, movement, and more than we even know. And if any one of those areas stops, if the circulation gets blocked, if the airflow gets blocked, if we're not getting enough oxygen into our system, if we're not getting enough of the purified water in our system, we run into dis-ease. Our body gets sick. And the sickness is to let us know that there's a blockage. We need to clear the blockage and get the circulation going. Once we get the circulation going, guess what? The body will heal itself. You see, even in a relationship, the same thing is true. Circulation must be there. In a healthy relationship, it requires both giving and receiving. It requires both support and growth. It requires both seriousness and fun. All of them are present. There's that circular motion. And when we think that a relationship can be one-sided, where we're happy all the time, we're blocking the flow of nature, the natural flow of life, the natural flow of energy. And then the relationship has problems. Why? Because the second you think a relationship has to be happy all the time, you're not going to be blaming yourself for the relationship not working. You're blaming your partner. And then now we're in a tizzy match going back and forth, and there is no possible way that the relationship wins. It's impossible. Think about in your career. The more service you provide that benefits greater numbers of people, that service brings back greater rewards in money and advancement and satisfaction. That's the key thing that I wasn't taught as a young man, that my father never taught me. He never taught me that if I have a unique gift and I find a way to use that gift to provide service, to help people solve issues in their life, and then I go and I find a way to serve more and more and more people, more abundance must flow back. The key thing I say to you is, what is your gift? How do you want to give that gift to help other people solve their problems? And then find a way to give it to more and more and more people. Your abundance will definitely take a leap forward. And abundance is not just money, your inner self-worth, your inner idea of purpose, your inner idea of expansion, of growth. Life becomes fun when we're growing. Positive circulation increases the value of things because both the giver and the receiver benefit. Did you get that? Positive circulation. Circulation for the benefit of the body, benefit of the relationship, benefit of the customer that you serve. It increases the value when it's positive because it's there being given for growth. And everyone benefits. That's why in relationships, I don't believe in compromise. Being in compromise, the definition of itself means everybody loses. I believe in collaboration, where we find a way that everybody wins. That's the key for me. I believe that we give to where we are fed. Do you understand that? I give where I'm fed, and to where you're personally involved, things that you know, this flow of energy will increase. So when I say give, Jean and I were out to dinner the other night. And you know, there's COVID, and those servers, they're not working for big dollars. And Jean and I were always pretty good tippers. We always tipped, 20%. But now we've increased that. Because when that server does a good job, and they're doing this job in the midst of this, we're feeding them. I invite you that if you're being fed by this message, give back. That circulation of energy will increase not only for you, but in order for Agape to bring this message to more and more people. It's a proven principle. If you don't believe it, test it and prove it for yourself. That's the key thing. Here's the key. The key to healthy circulation is that it must be consistent. The more we do it, the more persistent we do it, the more we increase the flow. It's the same thing with meditation. People will tell me, Lee, I meditated twice this week. No, twice is better than none, but that's not the flow. The flow is meditating every day, twice a day. That's what I've proven for myself. Every great spiritual guru that's meditated, they all talk about daily meditation. Now, you don't have to meditate long. I believe that the ultimate is 20 minutes twice a day. That's plenty. 40 minutes of your day. That's not a lot to ask for you to have peace, for you to feel connection, for you to understand that life is right where you are. So I want you to take an evaluation of your life. Where do you find that flow is missing? What do you think the blockage is? What can you do to let the blockage go, to get rid of it? It might be as simple as starting a deep breathing program. It might be as simple as drinking more pure water. It might be as simple as being consistent in a daily meditation practice. It might be as simple as being kind to everyone you meet. Most importantly, the healthiest circulation that you can create is a circulation where you can look in the mirror and you can look yourself in the eyes and you can accept yourself just as you are, with no criticism, no judgment, just pure love. And when you can love yourself, the universe will love you back. Let's pray. So understanding and knowing that there is only one, an infinite power and presence that created all things out of itself, that is conscious, pure consciousness. It is all that has ever been, all that will ever be. It is the seen, the unseen, the unknown, and the unknowable. Everything is created out of it, and everything is an expression of it, expressing through it. Therefore, I know that I and we and you and everyone else is this individualized expression and creation of life. And I now claim and know that the infinite wisdom that this mind is, this intelligence that we call God is, I know it now guides me and it guides you to a clearer understanding of where there is any blockage. What can be done to relieve this blockage and allow this blockage to be moved through? Allow the flow of movement to happen with ease and with grace. And with the beginning of that flow, a natural healing within the body, the mind, and our emotions takes place. We turn our power over to that aspect of us that is greater than the body, greater than the mind, and know that it knows how to do everything naturally and easily. We don't need to ever determine the how. We paint a clear picture of how we want our life to be, and our life becomes that. St. Augustine said the greatest prayer that could ever be prayed is that of gratitude. And so in this moment, I give thanks for the opportunity to be here and speak to you, the opportunity for you to listen, the opportunity for us to share, the opportunity to just be alive. And with gratitude, I release this prayer into the mind of God that has already made it so, and I can rest, and I allow it to be. And so it is. Amen. So I want to thank you. And what I would like you to do is if something came up and you have a question about anything that was talked about here today, write the question in the comment section and I'll find a way to get you the answer. And remember, I'm giving you an answer for you to consider. I'm not giving you an answer that is right. I don't know your answer. I can give you ideas. I am a teacher. I don't know. And I find that the less I believe that there's so much more for me to learn, the more I learn. And so I want to share that because I want us to grow together. I want this to be a partnership, a journey where we do this together. So if you were fed today, you'll find a link there, either on Facebook or a link on YouTube. Click on that link, make a donation. Our intention is to bring this message to greater and greater and greater numbers of people so that they can take control of their lives. We're not building a great big building. We're not building this big movement of where people are all rich and that. No, we're building a movement where people become self-empowered. That's our goal. So if you would do that, I would so appreciate it. Also, I'd like to say to you, if you'd like to plug in more, every day at 7 a.m. Central Time, we have a meditation on Zoom. You are welcome to join us. If you would like to meditate with like-minded people, we're there for you, 7 a.m. to 7:20, just 20 minutes. And if you go to agapespiritualcenter.com, on the calendar, you'll find the link. Also, every day at 8 a.m. Central Time, I do a 5 to 12 minute, I guess, is about the time range, where I pick a topic for the day and I talk about that. And we have a large group of people that watch that either live or watch it during the course of the day. If you're interested, that's another way. Also, go to the calendar and you'll see on Wednesdays, we have community gatherings. We have a gathering for Europe. We got a gathering for the East Coast, Texas, and the West Coast. Connect with us. Find a way to connect with us. And if there's something we're not doing that you feel would serve a lot of people and help this message grow and become more, share it with us. I'm always interested in new ideas. With that in mind, I want you to know that we at Agape are here to support you, to help you find a way to live more consciously so that you can experience a life filled with love and fulfillment. Until next week, you create your great life. Aloha.